Hello there. I am making a video today because I am taking a long shot at trying to find who my birth father is. I am making this video from Ontario, Canada today, and I'm hoping that I can find some information. So I'm just going to go ahead and get into some details about myself, and here we go. So I was born January 16th, 1974. I was born in Regina, Saskatchewan. The name that I was given at birth was Ducharme. That is my last name. The first two names was Gwendolyn May. I am looking in the areas of LaRonge, Saskatchewan, and the Palm, Manitoba. And the reason that I'm looking in those places and that I'm in Ontario is because when I was put up for adoption, my family at the time, my father was Air Force, and I was adopted out at 3 months old. And at 6 months old, we moved. He got posted to Ontario, Canada. So I've lived here in Ontario my whole life. So I'm going to give you some details about my birth mother. Her name was Elaine Patricia Ducharme, and she was 15 when she had me, and she had lived in LaRonge, and she'd also lived in the Palm, Manitoba, and a lot of my family lived there too with the Ducharme name. I have quite a few uncles and aunts and relatives, cousins, that I have been in contact with, but unfortunately nobody seems to know the name of my birth father. I'll show you a picture of my birth mother here. This is Elaine. And 2 months before I'd got in contact with my birth family, which was quite a few years back, my daughter was 3 years old at the time. She was actually murdered 2 months before I had gotten in contact with them. So at that time it was very difficult situation, very difficult for my birth grandmother, obviously, and for me also, because my whole life, ever since I was little, my adoptive parents always told me that I was adopted. Basically, me being Métis, I didn't look like the rest of my family because they were white, so they brought me up, not so much with my heritage, but basically just knowing that I was adopted. So anyways, it was quite a shock to me to find out, that I would never get to meet her, never get to talk to her or hear her voice. Very, very difficult situation even now today. I wish I could have met her. I learned from my aunts and my grandmother that she looked for me for years. As soon as I turned 18, she looked for me. She wanted to find me, and they had no idea I was in Ontario. And I think the worst part of it all is missing her by 2 months. Very, 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 very sad. So anyways, again, I'm putting this out there. I'm looking in the areas of LaRonge, Saskatchewan, and the Palm, Manitoba. The year 1972, 73, 74. If anybody had known people that she maybe hung around with. Again, her last name was Ducharme. My grandmother was Helen Ducharme. And I had an uncle, Amo Ducharme, that were all very close to my mom. And if anybody recognizes the name, then please, by all means, contact me. I'm going to leave my email at the end of this little video, and hoping that there are some honest people out there that can maybe help me with my search. Again, my mom didn't put his name down on any of the adoption records. She didn't talk about him. She didn't mention him to any family members that I know. But I know if, I was that age, that young, and I had friends, I would definitely mention it to somebody. You just wouldn't keep it all to yourself. He was about 5 years older than my mother. Is all the information that I was given by the adoption agency, that he was, interests were hockey and other things like that. Just little tidbits of information that weren't very useful for my search so far, but I'm hoping that over the internet here that maybe it will help out in some ways. So again, I was born January 16th, 1974. I'm Métis. I'm part French, part Cree. My mom was Elaine Patricia Descharmes, and she lived in the Pas, Manitoba, and LaRonge, Saskatchewan. And she would have been pregnant with me probably in 1973. And yeah, so this is the end of the video. I don't want to keep rambling. If somebody has any information, they can contact me at my email address. It's SueMollyDan@hotmail.com, which is SueMollyddan@hotmail.com. They're all lowercase letters. I'm hoping that there are decent people out there. No, there's not so decent people out there that will contact me, hopefully having some information on who my birth father is or family members of my birth father, and if I have any half brothers or sisters out there. So have a great day, and I hope to hear from somebody soon. Thank you.